Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm changing it up from a vlog this week to some experimentation, and one of the experiments I wanted to do was look at the performance impact of different cyclocross tires. Now, I'm a novice rider, so last year was my first year of racing, and I got in about 2 races before I had some mechanical problems and couldn't get back in the season. But in those 2 races, I encountered a wide variety of terrain, and I noticed my competitors would have different tires, or they'd have different setups or different wheels depending on the conditions. And a lot of these guys seemed to know what tire was capable of what, and they seemed to know what the limitations of their performance was depending on the course. And I didn't have that knowledge. So I wanted to test some tires out. Now, the first tire I want to test is the Challenge Grifo 700 by 33 tires. These are the tires that came with my Fuji Cross 1.5, which is the bike I bought last year to race. So because these are stock tires that came with my bike, I just get the impression that they're just good general all-around tires. The Challenge website says it's good for soft pack, but reviews that I've seen on the web seem to suggest that it's just it's a generally good tire, but it doesn't particularly excel at any one thing. It's kind of a jack of all trades tire. So I had 2 races with these tires. The first race was mostly grass, and it was up and down the sides of hills, and there was a little section through the woods that was a little bit more dirt and mud than grass. The ground was a little bit soggy in some areas, but it wasn't too bad, and I had good traction the entire ride. I was cornering effectively. I didn't have too many problems, so I thought the tires did a great job on that track in terms of traction, but I did feel like I was putting down a lot more power than other people for less in terms of speed, so it made it harder for me to compete. And then on my second race, a lot of grassy hills, but there were some mud pits and mud sections, and in those mud sections I fell every single time. In fact, when I was coming out of the mud section onto concrete or asphalt and concrete, I slipped and I fell 2 or 3 times in that race. I felt like I had no traction. My tires were spinning out in the mud, and I was spinning and going nowhere. And other people seemed to come out of these mud pits with no problems, and I'm guessing they had tires that were more geared to mud. But on the grass, I was passing people, at least on that particular course, and I think I chose the tire with incorrect traction. So this tire, it's got its place, but I think on dry courses it's overkill, on wet courses it's not enough. At least that was my experience so far. But again, I'm a novice, so it's hard to say whether it's just my inexperience with these types of courses or the tire, but I'm just trying to relay what my experience was, just so you have some feeling of what it might be like for a new rider on these tires. But also, now I want to be able to test the capabilities of these tires, and I wanted to be able to measure one set of tires versus another in different conditions. And so that's what I'm doing here on this grass loop. I wanted to kind of do a grass loop time trial and see how much time would it take on one set of tires versus another at a roughly the same heart rate. Now here on this particular day it's in the mid-90s, it's really hot. But the course is somewhat dry, it's not too wet, it's pretty hard. So I'm pedaling, and you see my cadence drop a little bit, it's not at 90. But again, riding through grass is a little different than riding on the road. But you can see my time, my approximate heart rate, and how long it took. And this was a 1.9 mile grass loop. So given this time, I want to measure this against another set of tires. And the set of tires that I'm going to look at next is the Clement LAS tires, and hopefully also the Clement PDX tires. But for this particular course, I think this is my baseline benchmark. So future videos I'll come back and talk about how new tires stacked up against this particular performance. But again, like I said, I'm pretty happy with how the tires felt on this course. but whether they were the right choice for this type of condition versus others, I don't fully know yet, and I'm going to revisit that in a future video. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw so far. I hope you got something from my experience regarding these tires. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll try to keep updating this Cyclocross tire shootout to capture my experiences with different tires. So again, yeah, this is the baseline, and I'll be back next time with another video where we talk about another tire. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.